Okay, welcome everyone. This is Melissa and I'm going to introduce you to these two lovely ladies. We've just done a Mayan Massage course this weekend, so they're going to tell you all about it and just how amazing it is for endometriosis.
I'd worked for many years as a massage therapist and also as a doula, and in setting up Doula UK in this country I was lucky enough to hear one day about some traditional midwives that were coming from Belize here to talk about their work, and through a series of mad coincidences I found myself able to listen to Miss Hortense Robinson, a tiny little Maya lady who'd never left Belize and came to this country to talk about her work. And for me it was all my worlds meeting. It was the body work, it was women, it was fertility, it was wombs, and the moment I heard about this work, before I even understood what it was, I was compelled to drive through the night to Plymouth to hear these women talk. And on hearing that, next moment I was online and I was finding out where I could go to train, and ended up in America training with Rosita Arvigo.
And I came into this work for personal reasons. I had menstrual irregularities and I had tried everything. And this work, it was the self-care really, which I had never come across. It was that feeling that I could do something for myself. I wasn't going to somebody and then giving me this magic pill or hearing all the negative aspects. Oh, I'm sorry, we can't do this for you. There was too much negativity happening. And it was somebody listening. In fact, it was Hilary I came to first of all. She listened to me and I really felt that she got me, and she empowered me and showed me how to do this treatment on myself. And it was a twofold thing. It was the physical aspect of me massaging myself, and it was the emotional aspect of knowing that I could heal myself and having that power. So Mayan abdominal massage is an external abdominal massage which basically stimulates your circulation. It stimulates the blood circulation, the nerve circulation, the energy, and it fires up all of the organs and the functions. So once those organs are well nourished, then their function is optimised.
So our teacher was a shamanic healer from Belize, and his name was Donnelly Panti, and he passed his work on to Rosita Arvigo, who's the woman who taught us. And Donnelly said a woman's womb is her emotional centre. It's like our second brain. It's where we hold everything. The best sex we ever had, the worst sex we ever had, the sex we wanted and didn't get, and the sex we didn't want and ended up having. All of that gets held in here. So when we start to place our hands in this area, we really start ourselves on a healing journey. As women, we live with these incredibly transformative, creative organs, and most of the time we ignore them, or we actually have a very negative relationship to them. So by starting to hold ourselves and to bring them into part of our consciousness, we really can start to heal all sorts of things that have happened throughout our lives. We don't need to have been deeply abused or traumatised to carry things in our wombs which are less than positive experiences. And for those who have had any history of abuse, it's really beautiful to see the work that they can do when they touch their own wombs.
And the diaphragm is obviously your solar plexus, so it's your centre of your ego. So by nurturing not only your uterus but also your solar plexus, together it's a powerful combination of self-transformation, of learning to love yourself and not be as self-critical, because we're all our own worst critics. So this really allows self-acceptance and self-love to flow.
Well, not only is the massage going to mechanically work into this area, so by the repeated work into the pelvis, we're actually improving the blood flow, as Louise was talking about. We're actually also mechanically breaking down some of those adhesions just purely by working over them. And we have a couple of other modalities that we use as well, castor oil packs being one. Louise has this wonderful roll-on castor oil that she likes to use, so maybe you talk about that.
It's really simple. Castor oil has an incredibly anti-inflammatory properties. It also excites the T lymphocyte cells, which are the toxin scavenging, the immune boosting cells within our body. So wherever castor oil is applied externally, that's where those cells gather. Specifically for scar tissue and adhesions, this is a wonderful modality to use along with your self-care. So if you're self-care massaging every day and then doing castor oil packs as well, rubbing this around the area maybe where your adhesions are, or if you have a C-section scar or some laparoscopy scars, you can feel some pulling in that area. Then just using the rollerball as the application and using that physically massaging yourself, and then placing a gentle heat pack for an hour on this area. It really does make profound differences to the quality of the scar tissue. It softens it, it allows the immune boosting cells to get there, and the anti-inflammatory aspect to really kick in.
Essentially, the best way to learn this work for yourself is to find a therapist. And if you go to the Arvigo Therapy website, we have listings of therapists around the country. It's best to see a therapist for the first time because you just need a little guidance to walk through that door. Things can happen along the way that if you have someone to help you understand why they're happening, there's certain times when you wouldn't want to do it. Heavy bleeding, if you have an IUD fitted, if there's any infection. But once you've had one treatment, you can really take this work and run with it. To begin with, there was only 2 or 3 of us working in Europe, and we literally had people coming from all over Europe to see us. And these women may come from Italy, from Spain. We'd see them once and then send them home. All they had was the self-care to do, and they would empower huge changes in their lives. But really, to see a therapist for the first time, or there are one-day courses on offer, or indeed the 2.5-day self-care weekends, where you learn all the modalities and really the ins and outs of why this work is so important. So you've got 3 options: to see a practitioner, to do a one-day training, or to do the 2.5-day weekend for a really profound retreat and to understand yourself on a fundamental level.
But you can really make great progress by just having that one treatment with a professional therapist. That treatment is roughly around 2 hours, 2.5 hours for the first session. And then in that session you receive, it's a front and back, so it's a full body treatment that you receive, because as much as we work on the abdomen or the middle of our body is right the way round, so it's really important to treat the back part as well. So the professional therapist will give you a full treatment. You are given quite a thorough case history dialogue, so we discuss your personal needs, and then you taught how to do your self-care too. So it's a really intense, nurturing, therapeutic environment, so you really can, as Hilary said, run with it after that first session.
I work out of Surrey, Guildford and Surrey, although I also do teach around the UK and in fact internationally.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.